All right, here we go. Race number 1 of the season. Giancarlo and Kellen have the front row. Joel Wraith and Adam Barker on the second. McMullen McCready and Scott Malawi have the third row. Mike Doling and Simon Zierk on the fourth. Matt Bear and Jesper all round out the top 10. Mark Dantuma back in 11th. And weirdly, there was a couple cars showing on the grid that suddenly aren't anymore. I think some guys forgot to turn off their qualifying setups and are making a quick. Looks like we have a few drivers quickly changing the setups. And the drivers that are on the grid flashing their lights just to say hello. Today's field features 1 Ferrari, 1 Porsche, 3 Lamborghinis, 3 BMWs, and 1 Mercedes and 1 McLaren. Adam did say he had Hello Kitty on the car. Obviously, the paint's the right color. We'll try and get a closer look at him as they go. Jason Rome cheering on Mark Dantuma. It's a little strange. Okay. There we go. Good job, Jason. Giancarlo and Kellen Mitchner leading them down. Will this be the start of championship number 3 for Giancarlo, or can one of these new drivers topple him from the top of the pile? Here we go, toward down the front straightaway. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away. Joel Wraith already looking to make it 3 wide into turn 1 at Sebring. They're spread out all over the place. A few drivers checking up, making sure they don't, and now they are back as they come down the first straightaway toward turn 2. Everybody back in line. Mike Doling in a Mercedes today. That one came as a shock. Adam Barker in the McLaren also coming as a shock. Oh, look at that. Giancarlo a little wobbly. There's something you don't see every day. Obviously, cold tires having an effect here. Giancarlo, little struggle off the turn there, but here they come. Giancarlo already trying to build a gap on Kellen. Joel Wraith in 3rd, Adam Barker 4th, and Mike Doling 5th. McCready, Matt Bear. Matt Bear already up 2 spots from the start. Scott Nalawi in 8th. Mark Dantuma already up 2 spots from the start. Newcomer Jesper is back, has drifted back into 11th. As always, if you have a favorite driver in the field, make sure you drop their name in the comments. Don't forget to hit the share button, hit that little heart button on Facebook as well. It definitely helps us out. McCready has crashed. Let's see what happened. Obviously, mullet power not fully effective today. And, oh, just gets the rumble strip, spins it wide. Manages to get the car saved, no damage, so he'll be back in the fight. Did hear a few drivers talk about the fact that there's a few rumble strips on the track they can now jump across and use to apex the corner better. Sections that they hadn't previously been able to because it would unsettle the car so badly. And look at this. Kellen Mitchner already all back up to Giancarlo. Giancarlo had pulled away, and Kellen has run him back down. A lot of these drivers also running in other leagues like BRR, the Cup Series does return next week, except it won't be Cup. They're going to run Xfinity cars next season. That's going to make for some awesome racing, as we've seen out of the Outlaws. Outlaws will have a new season starting soon. BRR starting next week. Several other leagues as well. Jones BS Racing will start soon after their All-Star race. American All-Star Dirt has a week or two off, then they come back. So make sure you're following on Facebook to keep up with all the leagues that are recruiting and starting new seasons. Adam Barker has crashed. Last season, Adam had shaken off all the bad luck, and oh, he gets loose. Everybody, oh, he does get hit in the back end. Matt Bear, I believe, was the driver that came around, had nowhere to go. Matt's car heavily torn. Oh, Matt really torn up here. Adam Barker is on pit road. Matt Bear is in. Let's take a look at some of the other drivers that were back there. Try and get a look at these cars in the dark and see how much damage, if any of them. It looks like McMullet managed to avoid it. Mark Dantuma doesn't look, as he goes under the light there, doesn't look like Mark has any damage either. Simon Zierk back there. Simon giving a little flash of the lights as he closes in. Simon Zierk, always one to watch. He's always in contention, currently running in 6th place. Simon is going to be one to watch all season long. He made his way up the points. The second half of the season was extremely strong, always getting top 3, top 5 finishes. Doesn't seem to qualify very well, but once he's in race trim, he comes through the field rather quickly. If he starts qualifying up front, Giancarlo may be in trouble. Giancarlo has opened up a 1.5 second gap on Kellen Mitchner. Just ran the fastest lap of the race so far at 158.7. During practice, he was down as low as 158.4. So he still has some speed out there. Adam Barker, Matt Bear have been repaired and are back out on track. Just due to the length of this racetrack, these guys are able to maintain the lead lap. Sebring, 3.7 miles long, 17 turns. One of the most fun road courses out there. But when you throw the factor of the night race in here, it does make things a bit more interesting. Worth noting, Mark Dantuma has avoided all of the chaos, up 4 spots already into 7th. He did say in pre-race he was going to take the first few weeks early, just get to know the other drivers. And so far, I don't know that he is taking it easy, because he is definitely sending it. Remember, they have since switching to the new format that they've been running last season. The racing has gotten closer and exponentially better. Nobody has to worry about tires, fuel, pit strategy. 30 minutes is the first race. Then the top 7 drivers invert. They get a 5-minute warm-up session, and then they take off again for another 30 minutes. It makes for some great racing. There's drivers out here of every skill level, and I can tell you, this whole group, they work together for both road racing, they work together for endurance racing, a great group of guys. They still have room for more drivers when the field is full, 25 to 30 drivers out there. But obviously a few drivers out today. I heard some drivers talk about they had personal commitments and things of that nature. I would expect next week to have a 25 car field. Next week we'll be at Circuit Zolder. That'll be an interesting race for sure. And that'll be the first time we've ever broadcast Zolder here, I believe. So it could make things very interesting both from the broadcast and from the race perspective. Could be a lot of fun. Worth noting, while these guys are out there on track going as hard as they can. Oh, we've had a wreck. Newcomer Jesper has crashed. There he is. You can see those brake rotors really lit up. He went a little wide through that section, ends up spinning around, manages to get the car out of the way though. While these guys are pushing for everything they can out here on track, the NSS in the name says it all. Not so serious. These guys, actually, the last race of last season, were reminding everybody not to take the races too seriously. Make sure they are having fun out here. This league has really helped a lot of drivers improve when they work together on the endurance races. They help each other out. They help with setup tuning. They help with everything possible. Kellen Mitchner, Giancarlo out front. Kellen now 3 seconds behind. Joel Wraith in third, 2.5 seconds back from Kellen. Scott Nalawi in a 3-car battle with Mike Doling and Simon Zierk. Those guys are 11 seconds behind Giancarlo after just 10 minutes. Mike Doling really sent it down in there. We talked about it a lot last season, and I have not had a chance to test the GT3 cars since this most recent update. But the one thing we know for sure, the Mercedes, not necessarily the best handling car out there, but it is definitely the most powerful out there and has always had that advantage on the straightaways. As you see, oh, he gets deep into the turn, right on the back of Nalawi's bumper. Worth noting, Giancarlo had 7 wins last season, but Adam Barker won the season opener, shaking off a lot of the bad luck. Adam ended up with 2 wins last season, but Giancarlo's 7 wins really dominated. Actually, I stand corrected. Adam had 3 wins last season, winning one of the 2 races in the final. As here they come into the final turn, Simon Zierk was looking to the inside of the Mercedes of Mike Doling. While these two are battling it out, Nalawi in the Lambo starting to check out. Mark Dantuma has had an issue. Oh, it looks like the back end got a little loose. Mark ends up nosing into the wall. He does get the car back out on track. has not gone to pit road, so it looks like the damage was minimal. Almost halfway through race 1, and Giancarlo already reasserting his dominance. Kellen Mitchner in second, just not able to keep the same pace. We often wonder where Giancarlo is finding all this speed, all of this grip. He definitely has that Lambo dialed in. Interesting note, he did talk at the end of last season, he talked about testing some other cars for use this season. I would not expect him to actually use them, though. And Scott Malawi just made his way up into fourth. He came by Mike Doling a moment ago. Scott Malawi to the inside through the final corner. Just manages to have the grip and better run out of the turn. Simon Zierk comes by Doling a little bit later. So now it is Giancarlo up front, Kellen Mitchner in second, Joel Wraith in third, and then Scott Malawi in fourth. Mark Dantuma has had a crash. Mark coming through the section right before. Oh, he just clips the grass on the inside, on the outside, hard hit into the inside wall, tows it to pit road. He'll get repaired. The nice thing about as we heard Giancarlo say in pre-race, the nice thing about this format is they can have a problem in the first race, still come back and score some points and possibly a win. Kellen Mitchner back in second, Joel Wraith in third, and Malawi now to fourth. He is 6.1 seconds behind Joel Wraith. Will he be able to close that gap down? Mike Doling now in fifth. Mike has come back around Simon Zierk. These two have been battling it out for a little bit now. McCready back in seventh. Adam Barker in eighth after that earlier incident. Matt Bear in ninth and Jesper in 10th after both of those drivers had incidents earlier on. Jesper has not been to pit road. Adam Barker, Matt Bear both had to go to pit road after the collision. Simon Zierk is all over the back bumper of Mike Doling. He's got to run. Doling just sends it deeper into the final turn. Simon is not done with him yet. Here they go. Oh, Simon crossover move down into turn one. Can he get the nose ahead? Doling has been out-braking him into every turn. Looks like he pulls it off and carries more momentum. We'll have to ask Mike about it because that car, that Mercedes, looks like it is handling way better than what we have seen in the past. Mike Doling still holding on to fifth. Simon Zierk in sixth. Worth noting, as they run right now, race number 2, McCready will start up front. He is currently in seventh. Mark Dantuma has completed work on pit road. He is on his way back out. Lost quite a bit of time as he had to tow to pit road. Currently a lap and a half down. Giancarlo continuing to extend that lead, now 4.7 seconds over Kellen. Joel Wraith 3 seconds behind Kellen in third. and it looks like Joel might actually be gaining on him. Scott Nalawi has started to pull away from Mike Dolling, now over 2 seconds. Mike Dolling, though, still has Simon Zierk all over the back bumper. Simon looking for a pass here, trying to get the nose in. Oh! Simon slides the back end but holds on to it. And now Mike Dolling trying to cross back over, carry some more momentum off the turn. Hasn't got there yet. What a battle! Dolling up on the outside, going into turn 1. Simon has that shorter distance, but Dolling can carry a little more momentum. Here they go down into turn 2, side by side. This could get sketchy here in a minute. They go single file through this section. Wow. Simon had been all over Dolling's back bumper for several laps. When they come back around, since this battle has been going, when they come back around, let's hop in. Oh, Mike Dolling almost gets into the back of Simon. We're going to hop in car with Mike Dolling and see just what it looks like, what these drivers are seeing out there. Meanwhile, McMullen McCready back in 7th. Adam Barker, despite the earlier incident, has made his way back up into 8th. Matt Bear in 9th. Jesper in 10th. Mark Dantuma back in 11th. And Giancarlo continues to pull away. His lead now 5 seconds. As we watch Mike Dolling try and catch back up and get back around Simon Zierk. Those two have actually passed each other multiple times throughout this race. Down the long back straightaway toward the final turn. Let's just go ahead and hop in Dolling's car right now as he goes into that final turn. And you hear the tires squealing just a little bit for help. 4th gear down toward the start-finish line, and here he goes. Simon actually pulling away just a little bit down into turn 1, bumpy through this section of track. It smooths out as they head down toward turn 2. This is where the Mercedes normally would struggle, but it looks like Mike Dolling has got it figured out. Hard onto the brakes into this section, the tightest corners on the track right here. Has to be very careful, drops all the way down into 1st gear, almost stopped. Back, starts building the speed back up. Jesper has crashed. We'll take a look at that here in a moment. Down through the high-speed section towards the back straightaway. Carrying a lot of momentum in there, especially for the Mercedes. And now down the long back straightaway toward the final turn. Down in that final turn, waiting to the last possible minute to slow down, checks up. Back full throttle to the start finish line. Let's see what happened to Jesper. Looks like he just pulls off the track. Oh, he missed the turn. You see the brake rotors glowing like crazy on the lone Porsche in the field. McCready has had an incident. Clips the apex through that turn. Oh, just a bit wide, but manages to hold on to it, and now Matt Bear has crashed. Matt Bear was feeling very confident coming into this race, obviously struggling here today. Hopefully he'll be able to be a little, just gets loose through there, manages to get out of the way before anybody gets to him. Hopefully in race number 2, Matt will be able to make the comeback. And Giancarlo still out front. Speaking of Giancarlo, let's take a look at his in-car with his speeds and gear. Down through the back half of the track. Drops down into first gear for the right-hander, starts working back up through the gears. Curious to see how much speed Giancarlo carries. Right now, his lap time last time by was just 0.2 of a second faster than Kellen, but his fastest lap was 0.4 of a second faster than Kellen. Through the second to last turn, down the long back straightaway. We saw 130, 135 earlier on the track. What can he get to here as he goes into the final turn? 150, 155, 156 miles an hour top speed as he comes down that long back straightaway. Not a surprise considering who's behind the wheel. Hey, good morning, Russell. And Giancarlo is coming up behind Jesper. Mark Dantuma, obviously due to the toe, is... Oh, Jesper tried to move out of the way and looks like he just overcorrected into the dirt. So Jesper, the first driver, Giancarlo, has put a lap down, but when it's a 2-minute lap, not in a half-hour race, not many drivers are going to go a lap down. Giancarlo's lead, weirdly, it got to 5 seconds, but Kellen Mitchner actually gained a little bit of time, but now Giancarlo, Kellen had chopped it down to about 4.5 seconds, and then Giancarlo picked the pace back up again. Kellen, though, securely in second, 3.25 seconds over Joel Wraith. Simon Zierk 11 seconds back in fourth. Simon has pulled away from Mike Dolling. Now a 3.9 second gap between them. McCready has started coming on extremely strong the last few laps, now up into sixth after going backwards quite a bit early on due to an earlier incident. Scott Nalawi in seventh, also closing the gap on McMullet. Adam Barker, after the earlier incident, all the way back in eighth. He had to go to pit road for repairs, as did Matt Bear in ninth. Jesper currently 10th, Mark Dantuma in 11th. And Giancarlo, his lead holding at 5 seconds. Just taking a look at his lap times, I think he's reached this late in the race and is just not pushing it. He knows that he's got one more lap to go, if that. Looking to see if he got the white flag. Doesn't look like he did. We'll see as Giancarlo comes back around. I do believe he'll get the white flag this time. But don't forget to stick around. You'll have 5 minutes to go get some food and drink while they have their warm-up for race number 2. And the top 7 will be inverted. So as of right now, Scott Nalawi will start on the pole for race number 2. Here comes Giancarlo through the final turn. Should see Barney the flagman wave the white flag in the air. Yes, indeed. One more lap to go for Giancarlo. He finished last season with the win and the championship. He got the win in the final race. He got the championship. Can he start the season with a win, and will that lead to a third championship for Giancarlo? Kellen Mitchner will start race number 2. We'll see Scott Nalawi up front, McCready with him in second, Mike Dolling third, Simon Zierk fourth, Joel Wraith fifth, Kellen Mitchner sixth, and Giancarlo in seventh. Be interesting to see the battle through the traffic in race number 2. As Giancarlo and Kellen race to the front, it could come down. Race 2 could come down to a question of who navigates all the traffic quickly. Matt Bear is back on pit road. Didn't see any issues for Matt Bear. He just suddenly went to pit road. Not sure what's going on there. As here comes Giancarlo toward the last turn. Kellen Mitchner is going to come home in second. Joel Wraith in third. And you can stick around during. Giancarlo comes across and wins. And stick around between the races. We'll be interviewing the drivers. Giancarlo finishes the last season with the win, starts the new season with a win. Kellen comes home in second, Joel Wraith in third. Don't actually see Joel available to talk to, so we're going to pull in Kellen Mitchner. Hey, Kellen, it's Doug. You got me? Hey, Kellen, it's Doug in the booth. You got me? Looks like there might be an issue. We'll try and get Kellen during the warm-up session. Meanwhile, let's talk to our winner. Hey, Giancarlo, it's Doug. You got me? Giancarlo. Giancarlo, it's Doug. You got me? Well. Looks like there might be a microphone issue. It's just a moment here. Alright, I have the microphone issue fixed. Let's try Kellen again. Hey, Kellen, this is Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Doug.
Hey, well, new season, new league, and you come home second. That was a great, great run.
Yeah, it was fun. Glad to be here.
Do you have anything for Giancarlo here? I know he was just consistently pulling away, but I know how fast you are in that BMW.
Yeah, I don't know that I got anything for him. I think getting through traffic, we'll just have to get through traffic better than him.
All right, man. Well, a great way to start your season out. Great to see you out on track, buddy. Congrats and good luck.
Yep, thanks, Doug.
All right, now let's try and get our winner. Hey, Giancarlo, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
Sorry, I had a glitch there apparently. So you finished the last season with a win, and you got the championship. You start this season with a win. Is this a sign of things to come?
You never know. I mean, obviously it's good hope, but who knows how the season will progress. There's a lot of weeks and 2 races a week. So we'll see how it goes. Got to take it one step at a time.
How are you feeling about getting through traffic here today?
Uh, Pretty good. I mean, Sebring's always kind of difficult to pass, especially when there's a number of cars ahead. So got to be careful. Gotta first finish. So we'll do our best, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you, Doug.
All right. Waiting. Some of the drivers are starting their way out for warm. What in the world did Simon Zier just... Okay. Let's see if we can rewind the replay just a little bit. Not sure we caught enough of that one to... Apparently not. The cameraman was doing terrible this morning. Double checking everything. My apologies. A couple of quick adjustments here. We'll leave you looking at the drivers as they go out during their warm up. If some of them come out, we'll be back in just a moment. Alright, looks like we've got all the glitches fixed, worked out, everything back to normal just in time for race number 2. Remember, the top 7 from race 1 got inverted for the start. New drivers trying to find their way through traffic could be extremely interesting here. And could we see Simon Zierk pull off the win after starting from the pole? All right, here is the lineup for race number 2. It is Scott Nalawi and McMullet McCready on the front row. My mistake, looking at different numbers there. But Mike Dolling and Simon Zierk starting on the second row. Joel Wraith and Kellen Mitchner on the third row. Race 1 winner, Giancarlo, starts in 7th. Adam Barker is 8th. Jesper starts in 9th. Matt Bear in 10th. Mark Dantuma in 11th. Everybody getting lined up on track. Looks like Matt Bear, the only driver that has not taken to the grid yet. Hey, good morning, buddy. All the cars pulling out. McMullet and Scott Nalawi starting up front. Nalawi had a great run early in race 1. Can he pull it off and get the win here? Here we go. Green is in the air. Nalawi gets a good jump headed into turn 1. Matt Bear does not take the grid. Matt Bear now rolling off pit road. Scott Nalawi out front. It is Mike Dolling now to second. McCready back to third. Joel Wraith now on his way forward in 4th. Simon Zierk in 5th. Everybody makes it through the first couple of turns clean. And some lights flashing further back in the field. It is Adam Barker flashing at everybody saying, "Get out the way." Maybe he's just trying to distract Giancarlo. Oh, have fun, Zach. Nalawi out front. Mike Dolling almost a second behind right now, but that Mercedes has the power advantage here. Can he make something happen? McCready holding on to third. Joel Wraith in 4th. Surprisingly, Kellen and Giancarlo, neither driver has advanced any. Kellen all over the back bumper of Simon Zierk, trying to force him to make a mistake, but Simon making a mistake is extremely rare. We got a car dropping back. I believe it was Joel Wraith that tried to move out on the back straightaway. Yes, it was. Joel trying to move out on the back straightaway. Couldn't take advantage. Did not have the momentum. Out front, though, it is Scott Nalawi and Mike Dolling, the top 2. Kellen Mitchner is starting to move. He's already jumped up into 4th place. Gotten past Joel Wraith and Simon Zierk. And now has some clean air between him and McCready. Can he gain ground? BMW and Audi, both the probably 2 most balanced cars. No significant advantages anywhere. However, they seem to be the most consistent and the most well balanced between straightaway speed and cornering. Jesper has crashed. They were too wide going through that section. Oh, Jesper tried to send it in deep, didn't get stopped in time. Nalawi out front, Dolling in second, 1 1/4 second gap. McMullet in third, right on the back bumper of Mike Dolling. Kellen Mitchner in 4th. Look who's behind Kellen. Giancarlo is now up to 5th, but Simon Zierk is giving Giancarlo a real run for his money here. As I go off down toward turn 1, Simon looked like he was going to try and stick the nose, and he is. Just didn't have the momentum through turn 1 to get the nose far enough in, but he has got a fast car. Mike Dolling is going off track. Oh, Dolling got loose through turn 1. Manages to keep it off the wall and keep it going, but a heartbreak here, as now we've got a battle for 3rd between Kellen Mitchner and Giancarlo. Giancarlo sends it in there. Simon Zierk and Adam Barker are right there in the mix as well. Giancarlo has a nose ahead, but Kellen not giving an inch. Oh, they bump! I think that might have had a touch of netcode to it. Oh, that was huge netcode. Giancarlo, they were several feet apart. What a heartbreak for Giancarlo. That car obviously torn up, hard hit to the inside. Let's see if Kellen Mitchner's car took any damage. Does not look like it did. Now Simon up into 4th, and the netcode was huge there. And look at Simon going down to the inside on Giancarlo, or on Kellen, excuse me. Likely going to see Giancarlo on pit road here in a moment. That car is heavily damaged. What a heartbreak as him and Kellen were racing their way to the front. Meanwhile, Simon Zierk has slipped by. Simon now up to 3rd. We mentioned it during race 1. Simon is one that is always up in the top 5, always in contention. Could this be his season? But McMullet up to 2nd place now, and guess what? He has the fastest lap of the race so far. Could this be McCready's day? Simon Zierk now in 3rd. Kellen in 4th. Adam Barker now up to 5th. A bit of bad luck in race number 1 put him starting back in 8th. He is staying with the top guys and running them down. Hopefully all the bad luck is gone. Giancarlo did go to pit road. He has repaired and is back out on track at speed. But he is 30 seconds behind Jesper Innel in 10th. and a full minute behind the leader, Scott Nalawi. Scott, meanwhile, has opened up a 2-second lead, or a 3-second lead, excuse me, over McCready. Can McCready run him back down here? Simon Zierk, this 3-car group, is only 1.8 seconds behind McCready and gaining. Kellen still hanging with him in 4th. Adam Barker in the McLaren here in 5th. Giancarlo after race. Oh! 3 drivers. All 3 of them go off track. Adam Barker is around. Kellen, Simon, Adam all go off track. They go wide through that turn. Adam Barker loses it as he tries to recover. Let's watch what happened to Adam Barker here. You see all 3 of them coming through turn 1. They are sending it. They're so close on speed, and all 3 of them go wide. Kellen and Simon manages to save it. Adam Barker goes around, manages to keep the car out of trouble. Definitely not the way Adam started last season, not the way he wanted this season to go. Kellen did manage to save the car and slip by Simon Zierk, now back up into 3rd, but they are after that incident, 3.8 seconds behind McCready in 2nd. McCready is chopping away at Nalawi's lead. It is now down to 2.5 seconds. Last time by, McCready was a full second faster. A third of the way through race number 2, and this race is going completely upside down, backwards, and forwards. Giancarlo battling with Kellen Mitchner. Massive netcode sends Giancarlo to the fence. Adam Barker battling with Simon Zierk and Kellen Mitchner. All go wide through turn 1. Adam loses the back end on the McLaren and now drops back into 9th. Mark Dantuma started at the back, is now up to 8th. Matt Bear started in 10th, is now up to 7th. The field already starting to spread out a little bit as Nalawi's lead 2.5 seconds over McCready. McCready's got 2.8 seconds on Kellen Mitchner. Kellen still has Simon Zierk and now Joel Wraith right there with him. Joel managing to avoid the chaos ahead of him and maintain 5th. Adam Barker has gone off track again. Nope, sorry, same one. Mike Dolling back in 6th. Matt Bear in 7th. Mark Dantuma currently in 8th. Adam Barker in 9th. A newcomer, Jesper, definitely having a rough start to his NSS GT3 career, back in 10th. And believe it or not, Giancarlo just ran the fastest lap of the race in 11th. And a full second faster than McCready, who had the previous fastest lap. Giancarlo can only make up so much ground as, look at Nalawi showing off for the camera. A little flash of the lights. Oh, McCready's going around. Let's see if we can see what happened to McCready here. Oh, he just loses the back end coming through the final turn. Simon manages to slip by Kellen. And the top three has another shakeup here. Scott Nalawi's got to be loving what's going on behind him. He is currently has a 6.5 second lead over Simon Zierk in 7th. Kellen right there with him in 3rd. Joel Wraith in 4th. Mike Doling in 5th. McCready now back into 6th place, trying to get around Doling. Matt Bear in 7th. Mark Dantuma currently in 8th. Adam Barker running in 9th. Jesper in 10th and Giancarlo in 11th. And at the halfway point, I mean, Giancarlo in last place, but he was over a minute behind the leaders. He has chopped away 5 seconds at that so far. Not enough time for him to gain the 55 seconds behind he is, but catching up with some of these other drivers might still be possible. Anybody makes a mistake and Giancarlo is coming for them. Meanwhile, this battle continues. Simon Zierk, Kellen Mitchner, and Joel Wraith all nose to tail. Mike Doling and McCready both just behind as well. Simon actually pulling a little bit of a gap on Kellen right now. Joel Wraith back in 3rd, staying right there with him. I'm guessing all the drivers have heard about the netcode issue between Kellen and Giancarlo. That could affect some of the passing. Sebring definitely a tough track to pass at. Not a lot of great passing opportunities. You have to find the perfect place, the perfect run, and just kind of send it in there. But now that they know the netcode was so severe between those two drivers, that could change the strategy for passing for some of these drivers. And that's something that man right there is absolutely loving. At just past halfway, Scott Nalawi has right at a 6-second lead over Simon Zierk. Simon had been pulling away from Kellen. Now Kellen closing the gap back in. Joel Wraith staying right in Kellen's tire tracks the whole time. A lot of drivers using today as a drop race. Yuho is not here. Mike Marshall not here. Several drivers not in the field. Oh, a bit of a blink out of Kellen. Not bad blink, but enough to be a little worrisome after the netcode issue. McCready now up to 5th. Mike Doling in 6th. What happened to Mike Doling? He is drifting back quickly. Let's take a quick look. Remember, McCready was up battling in the top 3. Oh, McCready just sends it deeper into the turn. Doling runs a little bit wide and goes off track. And now Matt Bear has caught back up to Mike Doling, so we could see Bear back in this fight. Let's take the rest of this lap in car with Joel Wraith. A little bit of a squeak out of the brakes as he checks up for that turn. Staying right in Kellen's tire track, Simon just ahead. Looks like the gap between Kellen and Simon has stabilized. Kellen was gaining. Simon had pulled away originally. Kellen gained back a little bit of ground, but now it is stabilized. They're kind of just staying the same gap. That is not the case for Joel Wraith, who is flying through here. In the draft, down to 154.56, 156 miles an hour, about the same speed we saw from Giancarlo in race 1 through that section. A few drivers did mention coming into today that with the new updates for this season, aero wash was a huge problem, as Joel Wraith sets up to the inside, can't get there yet. Scott and Alawi out front while they battle back behind. Joel Wraith all over the back bumper of Kellen Mitchner, and they've caught back up to the back bumper on Simon Zierk. Simon appears to get a little bit better run off the turns, and it looks like Kellen and Joel can drive a little bit deeper into the turn. And while these guys are battling it out, they are starting to close the gap on Malawi. The gap is now 4.5 seconds with 10 minutes left to go. At the halfway point, Malawi had a 6-second lead, so about every 5 minutes they're gaining 1.5 seconds. Won't be enough. They're going to have to pick the pace up if they want to catch that man there. Scott Malawi is still the leader. Last time by, Simon Zierk was 0.2 of a second faster. Kellen Mitchner was even faster. He was 0.2 of a second faster than Simon. And Joel Wraith has dropped back just a little bit after closing right up to the back bumper on Kellen. He has drifted back on the last half lap. McCready has recovered after starting up front in second place, drifting back on lap 1, going through the final turn, lost the back end, had dropped back to 7th, has now made his way back up into the top 5. Mike Doling, a little bit of damage on the rear wing, back in 6th. Matt Bear now up into 7th after starting 10th. Mark Dantuma, a little problem going through that section, ends up going a little too deep, losing some momentum as Adam Barker comes by. The lone McLaren in the field, now up to 8th. Mark Dantuma back to 9th. Giancarlo has gotten past the newcomer Jesper. He is up to 10th, but 20 seconds behind Mark Dantuma. It's worth noting, Giancarlo's last few laps, he has been 1 or more seconds faster than everybody else on the track. After the early incident, he was over a minute behind. He is closed down to now 50 seconds behind. Obviously can't make up the gap and get back to the front, but what a run here at the end of the race. Scott will always lead 3.5 seconds over Simon Zierk. Kellen in third, Joel in fourth. Bit surprised, Joel has drifted back 3.25 seconds behind Kellen after being a bit faster than him throughout the first half of the race. McCready back in fifth. Mike Doling closing in on McCready now from sixth. And Matt Bear closing in on Mike Doling. 2.25 seconds between Matt Bear and Mike Doling. 2.25 seconds between Doling and McCready. But the battle continues for second place. The two BMWs driven by Simon Zierk and Kellen Mitchner. Oh, Simon looked like the back end kicked out on corner entry there. Doesn't faze him a bit. Simon is one of the calmest drivers in the field and the most consistent, always up in the top 5. With Giancarlo getting a win, but now running back in 10th, could this be Simon Zierk's season? Anything goes wrong with anybody else, and he is in contention. Simon finished the last season in third in points. Not many points behind Adam Barker in second. With his extremely consistent runs, not always in contention for the win, but always in the top 3. He only had one win last season, but still managing to finish third in points just due to that consistency and that calmness on track. Scott will always lead is shrinking very quickly. 5 minutes left to go. That gap is now 2.5 seconds. Last time by, Simon was over half a second faster than Scott Nalawi. Can he run him down? Kellen back in third, Joel in fourth, McCready in fifth. McCready has Mike Doling, who has run him back down from sixth place. Now all over the back bumper. Giancarlo just ran the fastest lap of the race. He is 8.5 seconds behind Mark Dantuma. I don't believe he can close that gap, but he was 4 seconds faster than Dantuma last time. Matt Bear is on pit road. Matt Bear has had an incident and gone to pit road. Matt Bear very excited coming into this race, coming into this track. Obviously having issues in race 1, now having more issues in race 2. Toes to pit road. His race may be over. Three and a half minutes left. I'm beginning to wonder if Giancarlo can run down Mark Dantuma, beating him by 4 seconds a lap with a 6.5 second gap right now. It might be doable. Scott Nalawi, however, might be in a little bit of trouble. His lead only 2 seconds over Simon Zierk. Kellen Mitchner staying right there with Simon all the way around the track. Joel Wraith has lost touch with him. He is now 5.5 seconds back. McCready in fifth still has Mike Doling looking at the back bumper. And Doling has been able to drive all day long deeper into the... Oh, McCready has a bobble. That might have been what Doling needed here. McCready loses some momentum through that section. They almost touch. Oh, look at the battle here. Doling out to the outside, tries to get the run. He's got the nose, and he's dead even. Side by side, McCready will have the inside line, but oh, look at Doling. He just outbreaks him like crazy through there. We've seen Mike Doling. I think Eric might be sharing. I think Eric was saying congratulations there. That's what that was. Mike Doling has been able to outbrake literally everybody all day long. The Mercedes, not known for its cornering, but it is known for its power. Somehow he's got that car dialed in today. Mike Doling now to 5th, moves McCready back to 6th, and Adam Barker way back in 7th, Mark Dantuma in 8th, and Giancarlo now 3.3 seconds back in 9th. Matt Bear is officially out of the race, and Scott Nalawi is officially in trouble. Scott Nalawi's lead now 1.3 seconds. Simon and Kellen right there behind him. Should see Scott get the white flag next time by. And this one is gonna be close. Looks like Scott Nalawi found a little bit of speed on this last lap, pulled away just a hair. Simon Zierk, Kellen Mitchner working together on these long straightaways should be able to pick up a little bit of time just drafting together. Scott Nalawi coming through the section before the long back straightaway. Second to last turn, Scott Nalawi has a bit of a gap, 1.4 seconds. But if Simon and Kellen can work together to draft up to him, and would you look at this, Giancarlo has caught Mark Dantuma. We might be about to see a battle for night. Though the checkers are out. They got the white flag last time. That means Nalawi is going to pull off the win. Simon Zierk will come home second. Kellen in third. Joel Wraith is going to come home in fourth. Mike Doling has McCready sending it through the final turn. It won't be enough. Mike Doling comes home 5th. McCready is 6th. Adam Barker is going to come home in 7th. Mark Dantuma is currently in 8th. As they come down to the last corner, Giancarlo sends it deep in. Can he get it? Giancarlo's got to run to the inside. He's got the nose ahead. Who's he going to be at the line? It is Giancarlo in 8th. Mark Dantuma comes home 9th, and Jesper in 10th. Let's see if we can get a word with Kellen. Hey, Kellen, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, hey, Doug.
Hey, that got a little wild early on in that race.
It did, yeah. I felt bad because I don't know what happened there. We just hit doors, and for some reason it slung him off into the wall. It was a very light tap.
It was actually not a tap at all. There was about 1.5 feet, 2 feet between you. It was a bit of netcode.
Oh, man, that's a bummer.
You still had a great comeback there. It looked like you had something for Simon Zierk that last couple of laps, just couldn't get enough of a run.
Yeah, I was struggling to get a run. I think I had some front end damage because I really had to get a run to get off the corner and get any top end speed.
Well, you guys were definitely running down the leader. Obviously, you're going to be in contention all season long. That was a great first race, buddy.
Yep, thanks, Doug.
And let's see if we can talk to second place, Simon Zierk. Hey, Simon, it's Doug. You got me?
Hello, Doug.
Hey, man. Heck of a run the last half of that race. I really thought you were about to catch Scott Nalawi. I think one more lap, you'd have taken the win.
I haven't looked at the gap to Scott before, just up to the last lap. then I noticed, oh, I'm really close to Scott. Tried to just run away from Cullen behind, but the gap was constant over the whole stint, over the whole race.
You guys definitely had a great battle between you and Kellen throughout the race as well, and it was obviously you were one of the most consistent drivers out there, and you make the comeback. Last season you finished third. Looks like you're headed toward possible championship this year with the consistency.
I hope so. Get in some good races in the beginning of the season, so that I don't lose the podium at the end. That's my goal.
Well, if you keep that up and keep racing like you were today, man, you'll definitely be in contention. Congratulations, that was a great race.
Thank you.
And it doesn't actually look like our winner, Scott Nalawi, is available. Give him a second here to see if he hops back in, but Scott Nalawi pulls off basically a dominating win. He took off from the drop of the green flag, pulled away with all the activity behind him. He managed to open up a gap, hold that gap until the end, and wins his first race of the season. I suspect, given the way Scott races, that is not going to be his last win of the season. He was extremely fast, came on extremely strong the second half of last season. Look forward to seeing more of what's to come. Make sure you're following us on Facebook and the Twitter and the Instagram to keep up with all the happenings with GT3, NSS, and all the other leagues broadcast here. A lot of leagues doing recruitment right now. A lot going on in the iRacing world. This is a great time to join a good league, and a lot of them are looking for drivers. I hope you guys had as much fun as we did this morning. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.